Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Tesla stock and how it finally hit $1,000. This is actually crazy. We had a day with 9.28% gains. I mean, honestly, I'm not too surprised because this is Tesla, and we've seen Tesla go up to like 17% before in one day. But this is still a huge movement, and it's very significant when this happens when the stock is already near $1,000. So when Tesla stock is like $940 and it goes up like 9.5%, that's a crazy move in the stock market. That is something that you don't see very often, especially with a stock that is pretty high value like Tesla. So in my opinion, a movement like this is very significant, and it's definitely something to pay attention to in the market. And before we go on even further discussing this stock, and of course some other aspects such as news that came out today, please make sure to smash that like button, drop a like on this video. It really does help me out, and it also helps with the algorithm as well. The more likes this video gets, the more likely YouTube is to recommend these videos to newer audience members as well. So I'd really appreciate it. But jumping onto the topic of Tesla stock hitting 1,000 today, obviously we know this is a huge move, but the main thing that a lot of people are wondering is why did it hit 1,000? Why did it go up so much today out of all days when we had the SpaceX launch? We had Ron Barron speaking yesterday, and the stock didn't even grow yesterday. So why see such a huge movement when the stock is already at such a high value at like $940. Basically what happened was there was a leaked email from Elon Musk basically saying that they want to start high volume production of the Tesla Semi. And it was later confirmed today by Elon Musk in a tweet that this was actually a legitimate email. It wasn't a fake email. So Elon Musk himself has confirmed that he did send out that email to his employees. And just to read off the email for you right now, I'll go ahead and read it off of my phone. Elon Musk's email says, "It's time to go all out and bring the Tesla Semi to volume production. It's been in limited production so far, which has allowed us to improve many aspects of the design. Production of the battery and powertrain would take place at Giga, Nevada, with most of the other work probably occurring in other states. Jerome and I are very excited to work with you and bring this amazing product to market. Elon." So that was basically the email that he sent out, and this is pretty much emphasizing that we are likely to have the Tesla Semi be released in 2021 at an ideal time frame. But of course, there is the possibility with it being delayed until 2022. But I do think it's very possible that there will start being some semis released in 2021. And also, in case you're curious as to why there's such a big focus on the semi production line lately, and if you're not in the loop on this whole situation just yet, just to provide some context for you all, as you know, there's also another stock called Nikola, and trust me, I do not have positive things to say about this stock. I'm just going to keep it real with you all. I do not like this stock. I think it is absolutely way overvalued. And by the way, if you would like to see me do a video of my breakdown on this stock at its current price, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. If I do get a lot of people telling me they'd like to see it, then I may do that. But basically, there's a hydrogen-fueled truck company called Nikola Motors, and they recently IPO'd as Nikola, NKLA, but this was also known as VTIQ just a few weeks ago, and it merged with a blank check company, and then they finally IPO'd this stock. So we had this stock skyrocket just recently. I think it skyrocketed 100%. Yeah, as you can see on June 9th, it jumped up 123%. At one point, it was up 135%. But basically, to give you the quick rundown on this stock and this company, this is a company that has sold no vehicles. They're not doing any sort of volume production, and their goal is to create hydrogen-powered semi-trucks for businesses, and then also they have civilian trucks as well, known as the Nikola Badger, which is something that they've been emphasizing a lot recently, and they're taking pre-orders on. But let me just give you the rundown of why you should avoid this stock at all costs, in my opinion, and of course why it all relates to Tesla. The CEO of Nikola Motors actually stated that he knew a lot of details about the Tesla Semi before it was even announced, and that they were actually accurate details. And the Nikola Motors CEO has actually been talking a lot lately. He's been doing a lot of talking, I'll just say that. And Trevor Milton has said that very few people in the world can out Elon, and that he thinks that he can do that. And of course, Trevor is talking about all of these crazy numbers for pre-orders for Nikola Motors. But with these pre-orders, keep in mind, Tesla gets a lot of trash talk just because they have a minimum $100 payment for the pre-orders for the Cybertruck, and people say, well, all you have to do is put $100 down on this truck and it counts as a pre-order, so it misrepresents numbers. However, keep in mind with Nikola Motors, you don't have to put any money down. You just have to sign up your name and put some information in, and you can actually order up to like 10 trucks at once. So all of these numbers right now, the pre-order numbers with Nikola Motors, if I were an investor, if I was somebody that was looking at Nikola Motors in terms of an investment, I would avoid this at all costs, because they're going to brag about their pre-order numbers when it literally means nothing. You could have someone in middle school get on there and pre-order 10 vehicles and not have to put down any money, and it just misrepresents the pre-order numbers in my opinion. And I think Trevor Milton is hyping up his company way too much. He's promising a lot of things that I don't think he can follow through on. And this piece of information has came out recently as well, and it goes back on to the idea of Trevor Milton and Nikola Motors knowing about the Tesla Semi before it was announced. Basically, what Nikola Motors has done, now I'm not accusing them of this, but this is what people have been saying, is that they have engaged in industrial espionage, which is basically where they got some insider knowledge on the design of the Tesla Semi before it was even announced or released, and they went ahead and patented that design in the Nikola Motors name so that they could sue Tesla when they finally started producing vehicles with that design. So it was actually an extremely dirty move on Nikola Motors' part, and honestly, I think it's just such a dirty move. Trevor Milton should be ashamed of himself for that, basically stealing someone else's design and then using the US laws to his advantage by patenting someone else's design and then suing them for using their own design. That's the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard when it comes to vehicle production and all of the stuff in this area. So yes, I have a clear bias against Nikola Motors, and I think its current stock price and valuation is absolutely such a joke. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, if you're a Nikola investor, I get it if you have some money to just gamble with or play with. I understand that, and I'm definitely not dissing Nikola investors, but I just don't like Nikola Motors as a company. And already with them being listed on Robinhood as the official NKLA only about a week now, considering all of the dirty things that they have done so far already, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth about this stock, and I think this is a stock to avoid at all costs in my opinion. I wouldn't even place puts on it with options just because it seems like people are very illogical when it comes to investing in this stock, so you just have no idea where it's going to go. So I think this is one of the main reasons that Elon is really trying to kickstart the production of the Semi upcoming in 2021, because of course there has been a lot of hype behind Nikola stock, NKLA. A lot of people have been purchasing the stock recently, so I think that with that, Elon wants to go ahead and ensure that Tesla is much farther ahead in terms of its competition, and I think Tesla is much more likely to be able to produce a Semi very soon compared to a company like Nikola Motors that pretty much has no sales whatsoever. And like I've said previously, with Nikola Motors, they have a civilian vehicle and then they have the Semi, but you could literally get on there and order 10 vehicles without putting any money down whatsoever. And of course, Tesla received a lot of heat simply because they had a $100 down deposit on the Cybertruck, but at least with that, it's at least $100 down. It's at least some dedication to the idea of pre-ordering that vehicle, whereas you have something like Nikola Motors, where any person in the world could just put a pre-order down and eventually cancel it, but in the meantime, those numbers will look good for the company and for investors, and of course, more people may invest and they get their valuation up, and they end up just doing a very small amount of what they actually promised in the beginning, just because their stock price had increased so much and they've raised so much money. So I'm very happy to see Elon Musk finally putting his feet down on this, and I really want to see him be super competitive with Nikola and just prove to them that their company is a joke. I honestly think he obviously realizes that, and that's why he hasn't been super outspoken against them, but I think given how dirty they did Elon and Tesla, they're really going to put the heat on them in terms of making it almost impossible for Nikola to compete with Tesla in the future, just because of the so many areas that they're improving their own vehicles when it comes to battery efficiency, full self-driving technology, and then so much more with like the solar panels and all of that, in which they have these other products as well that aren't even just vehicles. So anyways, the announcement with the upcoming production of the Tesla Semi is one of the huge reasons this stock was a big mover today. Just to go ahead and jump into a breakdown of my current holdings and stuff in Tesla. As you can see, I currently own 34 shares of Tesla stock. My average cost is about $839, And in total, the market value of my investment right now is about $35,000 with an initial cost basis of about $28,500. And then, of course, with today's return, as you can see, we gained 8.95%, which was $2,863 in one day. And for the total return, I've gained 22.21%, which is a little over $6,300. So as you can see, even with me purchasing at higher prices recently, I've gained a lot of money. And considering that I've already gained about 1 year's worth of stock market movements in one day just with investing in Tesla stock, and so far, I'm very happy, I'm very satisfied, and I would really love to see Elon Musk and Tesla absolutely dominate Nikola Motors when it comes to producing these semis. That's something that I really want to see. Of course, I would absolutely be encouraging Nikola Motors as well right now if they hadn't have done Tesla so dirty with basically stealing their design and all of that stuff. But now at this point, this is pure competition, and I want to see Tesla dominate everyone else. And at this point, I think Elon Musk is going to show no mercy because they've tried to be nice before previously. As we know, they open sourced a lot of their patents previously to make it easier for legacy automakers to transition from ICE vehicle production to electric vehicle production. And he tried to make it easy for them, but when you have companies like Nikola that are making it difficult for Tesla to make it easier on their competitors, then at this point, it's just time for them to start doing their own thing and being super competitive. Because as you can see, even when they try to play it nicely with all of the other competitors, of course some competitors are definitely appreciative of Tesla doing that, but then you have companies like Nikola Motors that basically just doesn't care and abuses the patent system against Tesla and its own design, which I'm still very annoyed that they did that. I still can't believe they did that. But anyways, I just wanted to share this video with you all. I'm sorry if it wasn't very well explained. Today has been a rough day and I kind of had to just rush this video out. So I hope you understand and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please make sure to smash that like button. And of course, if you would like to begin investing, feel free to do so. I'll drop my referral links down in the description below and you can go ahead and check that out. But I hope you all enjoyed this video and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Stay safe out there.